The biggest mistake of the Middle East happened with President Carter. Carter hated the Shah. The Shah lost control, suffered from cancer. Nasiri, the head of Savak, became senile, and no one handled this country. The only one that can give help is President Carter. I met President Carter 9 times face to face. And I'm telling you also after that when I will do my PhD in Columbia University, Brzezinski was my teacher, so I told that Carter is stupid, so he stopped me, told, don't tell that you can be arrested. You can tell that his policy is stupid, yes, but not him. So his policy was very stupid. What happened here? Carter hated the Shah. You cannot imagine hate this. Yes. He played a game. On December, he came with his wife to Iran, to visit Iran, and Khosrow was there accompanying him. You mean you can imagine on end of December, Khosrow was the general that accompanied Carter. On 17th of February, Khosrow killed 3 times. You can imagine this. So Carter really, he was honest. He thought that he will take the model of America, the democracy of America, and will bring it to Iran. And the Shah disturbing. The Shah did the White Revolution. He did such a big success, fight against all this Islam radical. But for Carter, it's not enough. He wants democratic like America. So if you are telling me...
So he wanted a republic because it was a constitutional monarchy.
I tell you more than this.
Yeah.
Because President Schmidt from Germany and Giscard d'Estaing hesitated about Khomeini, so he told him, I will check. And after that he called, this Brzezinski was my teacher in Columbia, he told him, don't worry, I found out that Khomeini is not communist.
Oh my God.
I'm swear to God to you, yes, understand. So I'm telling you, you must understand, I told it many times in the American TV. The biggest mistake of the Middle East happened with President Carter.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you believe me or no. Last century, it was 3 big events. One is the Russian Revolution. Second one is the Russian change the regime. And the third one is the Iranian Revolution. The Iranian Revolution have impact on the Middle East that you cannot imagine how.
I want to go back to the Carter administration. The only individual in that administration who understood what could be the consequences of such a regime taking over was Zbigniew Brzezinski. In fact, I remember the discussion I had with him because I happened to be at the White House on my birthday, October 31, 1978.
Wow. You're at the White House October 31st, 1978.
I flew up from Reese Air Force Base. That's where I was training. I came to Washington. I had a short meeting with President Carter, and we had a longer discussion at the time with our ambassador at the time, Ardeshir Zahedi, and we were together with Zbigniew Brzezinski. The rest of Cyrus Vance, Gary Sick, Clark, all of those guys were completely on this premise of let's create a religious belt to contain communism from spreading into the area. That was the theory of the Carter administration. So backing Khomeini, creating a religious belt to, like a dam, to protect the region from the communism to gain influence in the area, namely the Soviet Union. Little did they know that at the time the KGB had over 40,000 Iranians under their control, many of them dressed as mullahs, leading prayers in Mashhad and Isfahan and other countries. They already had their influence. They were already there.
Did your father know? Did he already know or no?
Didn't he warn so many governments that if I go, Iran will become Iranistan? It was not less than a year after he left that the Soviets invaded Afghanistan. I mean, look at the whole downfall, the domino effect that it took. But that was the leading theory of the Carter administration at the time, containing communism. When that backfired, and Saddam took advantage of a weakness of the Iranian military because most of their heads were being executed by the revolutionary regimes. Many of our officers, our best officers, were executed. And he thought that it would be a preventive attack vis-a-vis Iran, who was trying to already gain territory, which propelled us in the war. But the reason you had a problem with Saddam Hussein, mind you, many years later, when you had the Desert Shield and Desert Storm and the invasion of Kuwait, was because of Iran in the first place. Let's not forget that part. So when today you see that the same degree of weakness that Carter showed at the time, and today you see the same signals of weakness vis-a-vis this clerical regime to embolden them to go further, it's pretty much the same rationale. It's a continuation of the same rationale.